Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
The podcast has returned.
And I have returned.
And
You're
he
here.
has returned.
Let's give credit where credit is due. I'm back.
You're still in office. Happy to see
That's
that.
cool.
I'm still in office. We're going to be making presidential jokes tonight. We're going to be making political jokes tonight. I hope people are in the mood to laugh.
What's wrong, Johnny? You're tensing
Because
up.
I'm in the mood to be funny.
We're
So
about
deal with it. Get
political
ready.
satire,
Well-
toilet humor.
Hold on.
Okay, I'll wait.
More credit
Yeah.
where credit is due. I never left.
So before the podcast started, these guys were talking about Naughty America,
Yeah.
the pornography site. And I'm sorry, this is a family show, but we're going to talk about pornography for a second.
Can we talk about that in the first 5 minutes?
But word it carefully. We are in the
Yeah.
first 5. Speak.
Yeah, naughty.
You guys watch bougie porn.
Be real
Naughty
careful.
America. I can't afford a subscription to that. Am I the only one who subscribes to Naughty Taiwan?
You're over here.
Theme
spending-
song. Garrett just muttered, "Your dollar goes the furthest in Taiwan."
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is true whether you're getting shoes made or pornography made.
Yeah.
Dollar goes a lot farther in Taiwan, but
US
not anymore. Not that we got Joe Biden in the office.
Wait, you have all your porn like custom made?
Yeah. Do you not?
Sweeted. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Sweden?
Do you share porn? You're not using basic like run of the mill like average pick it up off the sidewalk
I mean,
porn, are you?
I just go to theaters.
You don't
really.
get custom porn made?
I go to the old porno theater, and I just, I reserve my tickets,
Listen,
Fandango, and I say, "Hey guys, let's all go down to the porno theater," and we go.
Maybe
not
that's
safe.
okay for Rocco over there, but I don't share my porno with anybody. The
No.
stuff I watch, that's just for me. Custom porno, baby. It's the way of the future.
There's no viruses, no sexually transmitted diseases you could even get.
Not even that.
Not-
I
oh,
can
really?
masturbate
Yeah, okay.
confidently,
Confident.
knowing that I'm the only one using this footage. If there was a live porno performance on the street and you walked up to it
Okay.
and started enjoying it,
Sure.
masturbating, whatever you want to do, cool. And then another guy comes up, sees the same performance, starts doing the same thing right next to you, that's uncomfortable.
Man,
So-
you're starting to change my mind.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And I'm sorry to hijack the conversation, Rocco. I'll hand it off back to you. I'm done. I'm
No,
done.
I liked where it went.
That's all I wanted to say.
Good to
It's
clarify.
just been a real pain since all the old porno theaters have been closed. Guess I got to use the internet these days, but
It's wild on there, though.
just me and old Paul Rubens at the porno theater. Everyone else is not allowed, but we're masked up. We're masked up. We are masked up, so that's good. Keep it safe. Anyway,
Thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate this.
yeah, no problem.
Johnny,
Yes.
what's your take on porno? What do you like? What do you
What I
do?
oh, geez.
How do you enjoy it?
Ebony.
I don't really want to go into this right now, but
Garrett muttered the word ebony.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that
such
means.
a 80s. That's such a 80s category too, because like nowadays it's very advanced.
yeah.
What happened to the good old days?
Ivory,
Back in the ebony
living
days.
in perfect harmony. Who remembers that song? Nobody. It's before our time. Because we're young, hip, with it. We have a podcast.
Yeah, you're in Yosemite.
You're watching it.
You're climbing Half Dome.
Welcome. This is the Mega64 podcast. Let's get it started.
Yeah,
We've just been running around talking about stupid shit this whole time.
yeah. Well, wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Sean's out of here, so we can
right.
we can really talk about whatever we want this time.
And
yeah.
go long.
So let's get into it. The World Series. Who saw that thing? Oh, give me a headache. These Cubs.
Oh, yeah.
Did they win? Who won?
Who was in the World
I don't
Series?
even know who played.
Did the World Series happen lately?
I think it did.
Yeah, the Dodgers and the Rays played together.
The Dodgers.
That's what all that
Dodgers and the
celebrating in LA
Rays.
was.
Yeah.
The Dodgers
The
won.
Dodgers won the World Series.
Oh.
Big deal.
Oh, not the Dodgers.
Just a little north of here.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware.
I
of
was rooting
any
for
of that.
the Padres.
And someone took a picture. I saw on social media today. There was someone's at a football. Is football happening?
Yes.
Football is definitely happening. Yeah.
You know, the last time we talked about sports, Sean said something to me that has seriously stuck with me
What?
for so long. We were talking about the Padres, and I mentioned how I get a little glee when the Padres lose, you know?
Yeah.
And Sean said something along the lines of like, why would you think of me and all of my sadness and all of my pain and be happy? Or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
he made it seem like really, ever since then, I felt like if I feel bad about the Padres, does that make me a bad friend to Sean? Like, it's really rocked me. Like, he just seemed to take it so personal when I said that. I find myself retroactively feeling bad.
That's heavy.
So, sorry, anybody out there who is so offended.
I think our whole conversation on that episode was just about like people who were like crowding in the streets and like jumping on cars and stuff. I mean that was all. I mean maybe not. I don't know.
I've
That was
done a
all I
lot
was
of
referring to.
reflecting on it since then, and I realize it's deep-seated psychological resentment towards my father.
Oh.
Moving on.
Wow.
there you go.
Okay.
Jeez,
Just like
moving
that. Quick.
on.
Let's talk about something else.
Well, it's hard. Nothing else really happened this week. I'm scrubbing through my memory, and I got
Yeah.
nothing. Nothing happened.
There's like some software specs for
I'm
PS5,
trying to-
but
I'm-
it's boring shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We got to the studio on Saturday because we were filming something here.
Yeah.
And we got here, and I just remember coming in, and we all danced to the Borat theme, but I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I remember. Old news.
Fake news.
Joe Biden is president, and honestly, at this point, I'm over it. It's done. I've moved past this.
Already? He's a,
I can't even remember the jerk off we had before him, but it doesn't matter because he's gone. And now
Mitt
we can
Rom-
stop
no.
talking. Yeah, Mitt Romney.
I don't
Or
know.
whoever.
so Obama.
I know that.
Point is,
I
I
remember.
can go back to not giving a crap.
I remember
Yeah.
hanging out with them, but not. I confused that with the presidency.
Yeah.
I just feel safer now.
So there it was.
Yeah.
No, we're joking. There was an election this week. Now here's the thing. We're gonna say some stuff that's gonna change some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let everybody at home have a moment to get a pen and a pencil because we're gonna
Yep.
flip the states.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah, it ain't over.
It's
And
not
if you
over.
thought that announcement from the pornography bookstore parking lot was the final word
It
on if
was-
this election is over, it's not, because we're gonna top it right here
It's a
tonight.
landscaping
It ain't
company.
over. We're gonna get to the bottom of this election.
Fantasyland was next door to the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Oh.
The election happened. If you didn't know, I'll come out and say I'm a huge Trump fan, always have been, and I'm disappointed. No, this is an apolitical show. We don't go one way or the other for political candidates on this show. At least I don't.
Yeah, because we could, we could get entangled in
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. We don't want to get into a Facebook situation.
Look, before you start getting mad in the comments, anybody who was politicized on this show, all the radicals, we asked them not to be on this episode, okay?
Yeah.
So don't worry.
So that makes sense.
Everybody on camera right now is completely neutral. This is a safe
even-keeled.
space. We could discuss politics freely here, no judgment, right? So the election happened. We've been laughing. We've been laughing over here because it's been a crazy week.
Yep.
No matter what side
Yep.
you're on, it's been a crazy week, one
Yep.
way or the other. And I hope you can laugh.
Yeah.
I hope you can laugh. You're either laughing or crying this week, I
Yeah.
think, right? How's everybody else handling the news?
Oh, just looking at a photo of a press conference behind a landscaping business, just from every angle, just trying to get the most info possible on a press conference for a major party behind a landscaping business. I've been obsessed with. I think it's part of me that it's ironic that it's happening now because this weekend probably, I mean, we never confirmed it, but this weekend probably would have been our event, Mega64 Game Days, that we do every year. I'm going to say it was most likely going to be this weekend.
Okay.
And so there's certain things I look at from like just a person's perspective and then an event planner's perspective, like that part of my brain. And that part of my brain has been active this weekend trying to figure out who booked Trump's campaign thing behind this gardening business or whatever it is. I want to know how that happened. And, a lot of people were throwing things around like, oh, they must have booked the wrong place. They thought it was the hotel and they made a mistake. I just can't. That's too big of a mistake to make. I can't get behind that. I really, I think I buy the theory that they said it was going to be at the Four Seasons 100 times and reinforced that so much. And then when they learned they could not do it there, they just went, well, let's not appear wrong. Let's book something else with the same name and we'll just say that's what we meant. I don't know. But I just don't know.
Which, by the way, is much better.
Much better.
Than getting a different hotel or any venue. Hey, it's not at the Four Seasons, it's at the Ritz-Carlton. Still a nice hotel.
Yeah.
No, let's stick to the name Four Seasons.
Yeah.
And go to the parking lot next to a dumpster. Why stick to the name so much? I would put more importance on the hotel or the fact that it was a proper venue.
But
literally anyone will do.
That's what I mean, Derek.
You could do it at the Ramada Inn. That's still better than Four Seasons landscaping.
Yeah, but that you saying that, it's true. As you say that, it makes no sense. So here I am back at square one again. I don't know how the hell this happened. It's driving me nuts. Everything else, people were like, oh yeah, can you believe this? Biden's doing this and this and this. Yeah. How did they book this parking lot? How did this come to be? They hung up a banner they printed in an hour behind them and did a national press conference. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. How did this come to be? I'm obsessed. I want the movie of that. That's what I want. I don't care about anything outside of it. Anything remotely important doesn't matter to me. I want to know how that happened. So anyway, I've just been obsessed with that.
It's like a Sopranos episode. I wonder how much that company got paid.
I don't know.
To use their parking lot.
Holy shit.
I don't know.
Holy shit. You're right. A presidential press conference venue, you can charge anything you want for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
What do you, $10,000, $20,000, $100,000?
Yeah.
What's the price on a presidential press conference venue? Somebody walked away rich from that parking lot.
But does
That's awesome.
But does the landscaping company know that like what to charge? Like I don't know. Like that's what I'm trying to get in their mindset.
I don't
like,
know. If Trump wanted to come use this place for a venue, I'd charge a lot.
Yeah. I know you got it.
Hey, the president wants to make an announcement at your place tonight. What's it going to cost?
What's he got?
$50 an hour? I don't know. No,
Yeah,
we're doing like $1 million at least.
Yeah, I don't know.
Taxpayer dollars too.
You need us.
I just don't know. They gave a speech under the sign that you put above a dumpster. Like I just, it's blowing my mind. And it was so great. Like Derek, when you got there Saturday, again, we were filming something and Derek walked in. We asked if he'd seen the news and all that stuff, but I skipped right to this. Did you see where they gave a conference at? And it was so great because we told Derek all the info, and Derek, you were cracking up more out loud than I've seen you in a long time over just, and I remember, I'll never forget what you said. You were just like, photos of this are going to be in books.
Yeah.
There's going to be museums.
I tweeted that. I tweeted
History
tour
will-
guides 25 years from now. This is the parking lot next to the porn store where they said they would challenge the election results.
Seriously.
Because this is history being made.
Yeah.
And, like we went to Washington, D.C. and we went to the grassy knoll. This is where they they say the gunman shot JFK. Well, you're going to go to fucking Philadelphia to the porn shop and be like, this is where they
Wait, that was
said
in
the
Dallas.
elections were fraudulent for the first time in American history. That's going in the history books. Fantasy adult bookstore.
If you look the place up on Google Maps, here's where press stood. Google Maps or whatever. What's the 3D thing? Google Street View or whatever?
Yeah, Street View.
You can pivot it and see a sign for dildos. I mean, it's like you can't write this.
Philly loves dildos.
I had so many people tweeting at me like, yo, this is a Mega 64 bit. Like this
It's
is-
not. You know what? Can
But
I say too? By the
Yeah.
way, I'm going to cut you off right there.
No, yeah.
Years ago, version 2, we had people helping us out, and it was like, "Oh, you guys want to do something fun? Yo, I could get dildos. I could get a whole dildo factory for
Yeah.
for you guys to film in."
Yeah.
Legitimately, someone pitched this to us, and we
Yeah.
were like, "That's not our style."
Yeah.
Thanks. So this
Like, that's
is
a
even
hacky joke.
lower than a Mega64 video because we wouldn't even do a dildo store in our bit.
Yeah, it was a hacky joke. I remember even back then. I remember us sitting there going, "That's hacky." Nah, we could figure
That's
something else out.
Yeah. But try harder. Try harder to be funnier.
Yeah, we really did. Derek, I remember being not to pivot it to that, but I remember being in that meeting, and that guy thought he had something to crack us up with,
Oh my God. Yeah.
and it was like three like 21-year-old guys going, "Yeah." Is that
That's the worst feeling too.
So a dildo factory was the idea? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would hate to be a producer.
21-year-old guys in a Denny's going,
Dildo
huh,
factory.
yeah. I had the
That
same
guy went on to be like an award-winning filmmaker. so
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I guess he knew something we didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
He filmed in the factory.
That
Yeah.
also happened to me, almost the same thing, but just on my own. Happened again years later, and I won't go into it because I think I talked about it at some point. But that I got a call from there was a major marketing guy involved in a major project we were working on for a certain game company, and that was a call. He called me late at night. Oh my God, I just had an idea. Can I call you? And it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock, I think. And they called me, and he had this whole idea, and it was like sex toys. It was like, what if you went into a store full of sex toys and he named like 10 awkward things to do in a sex shop. And I was just sitting on my phone. Seriously, no one else was around. I was in our warehouse going like, yeah, really?
Yeah.
And and then at the end it was like, so what do you think? And it was like, yeah, well, I'll bring it up to the other guys and we'll see. You know, in my mind, knowing we've already passed on this, but yeah, I'll talk with the other guys. That's my major deflection in any conversation. Well, you know, I got to talk to the other guys. You know, it's just I always throw it to the other guys, knowing full well how they will react to it. I've known them long enough that I know they're not going to go for this.
Yeah. So if Trump had pitched this parking lot to Rocco, he would have thrown it to the other guys. But I guess there was nobody there to do that. So press conference in the porno parking lot.
I mean, even if they would have just Zoomed the thing, like do a Zoom call. Yo, guys, something's up with this election. We're going to figure
Pre-record
it
it.
out. I'm not happy right now.
So
Giuliani out. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
No one would be talking. It would be like, okay, they're going to look into it. Great. But this is insane. Like I'm obsessed with it now. I can't,
yeah.
I keep going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, they don't ever go for total control and pre-record something and then just put it out
Yeah,
on
do a
his social
Nintendo
media.
Direct. Do a Republican Direct.
Yeah.
Republican direct.
Hey guys, Rudy Giuliani here. And Boyd, we have something exciting to talk about. Someone messed with the election. To talk a little bit more about that, here's another guy.
yeah.
Hi.
It almost seems like too easy to do a good job. You have to try hard to fuck it up that bad. How do you do that? I don't know.
Stand on a white background and be like, "Hey, this is your
What
this is
serious? This is this is
campaign
my
direct.
big question. Let's get back to this as a fucking parking lot.
your-" Yeah.
Do it from the White House.
Yeah.
Do it from your house.
You're already in the White House.
Do it from a
You-
regular house.
You left the White House to go to a porn shop parking lot to say, "Come January, I'm going to be back in the White House." What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, why do you have to go to Philly? Because that's a swing state.
Do it.
that-
Find a closed Toys R Us. Do it there, and then you could at least do a metaphor. Like,
Sure.
yo,
Yeah.
you see how unfairly they rip these guys down? We're not going to be like that. Like, then there's like, oh,
That
that's
would
why
have
they
spoken to
picked
the
it.
Roccos of the world. Yeah, the Toys R Us.
No, you know what? Any closed business, Circuit City, whatever.
Soup
find one.
plantation. Do it.
I said Toys R Us because I still see closed ones like lingering.
Yeah, that's a sad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm in the spirit mindset. Derek, I was on the spirit Halloween mindset. If you weren't on that wavelength, that's on you.
Did anyone go into a spirit this year?
No,
Not-
too Republican.
I think Sean is the only one. Yeah, Sean was the only one.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah, I didn't.
It just didn't seem appropriate. I had no need.
Yeah, I don't know. I had
I'll
about
be real. Even on a non-quarantine year, going to Spirit Halloween kind of sucks.
yeah. I never really.
Kinda does.
That's never
It's
really my thing.
Set up in a parking lot. They spent 3 weeks setting it up. They spent 1 week hiring high school students to work it.
Off Craigslist.
And yeah, there's just something like bootleg about Spirit, you know?
They have $85 plastic chains.
And I love Spirit. What I hate about Spirit is that they monopolized Halloween stores. You remember when we
Yeah.
were growing up,
Sure.
Spirit was a new thing, but then,
Yeah.
you know, like just mom and pop party shops would put out Halloween
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And now it's only Spirit. And I feel like now that they've taken over, they lowered the quality of the Halloween market. So
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I have some deep-seated resentment against Spirit.
You still
Halloween
got
store.
other options. You got your like Joann's Fabric, Michael's Crafts kind of
They got
Halloween
badass
options.
Halloween stuff there?
Yeah, that's a different
Michael's
type.
did
It's a
get a lot
higher
of
end.
stuff. Yeah.
I would
It's
never
a higher
think to go
end
to
product.
Joann's for Halloween shit.
Right. Yeah.
Yo, I'm doing a haunted house. Let's go to Joann's.
I just went to Party City when I was a kid.
Party
Yeah.
City.
Party
Yeah.
City was
But,
good.
But you know what? There would be the random weird pop up too that would just take over. Like they didn't even really have a name. And I remember
Yeah,
there
like
was one
Halloween
year,
Town.
Yeah, Derek, do you remember there was one year we went, and I want to say it was the day after Halloween because I think we wanted to see like, yo, are there any deals on costumes we
Yeah.
could, accumulate for our studio? And we went, and there was one, and I don't even know if it had a name, but it was like a bunch of metalheads working there.
Oh,
And
wow.
remember, we went,
yeah.
and those guys were the nicest guys. We went in, seriously, it was like November 1st, and they were like,
Yeah.
yo, man, do whatever you want, half off, just grab whatever. And then we were bringing stuff up, and they were like, oh, man, I don't even see a tag on this, just take it, whatever. I mean, it was like two metalheads just hooking
Oh,
us
you
up.
know what it was? There used to be two companies. There was Spirit and Halloween City.
Yeah.
Maybe that was
But
the
Halloween
latter
City
then.
must have gone under.
Maybe. Well, they were giving everything away. Seriously, they handed us tons of shit. We had like a Mortal Kombat costume, just like they like handed us that.
I love
And
the
other
place
stuff.
Johnny took us to in New York that was a full
yeah.
city block. It
That-
was a whole
What was
ground
the name of that
floor.
place?
Fuck. I wish I. Oh, dude, it's bumming me out that I don't know the name of it.
And
But
it went
it's a
under.
famous
It was by the comic book store.
yeah, it's
It's
on
a block away
First.
from, what's that comic book store? Forbidden Planet?
Forbidden Planet. Yeah,
It's a block away from Forbidden Planet, big costume shop in New York City.
What it went under, right, Johnny?
No, it's still around. That
Yeah.
place
Oh,
is
it
a
is?
Halloween store like 24, like every day.
yeah,
It's
but
a Halloween store.
I thought during the
thought
whole
during COVID they
shutdown,
went down.
it
Oh, did
finally closed.
I thought because Johnny, Image Anime we were talking about?
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
went away.
Oh shit, really?
A
I mean, that
bunch
store
of
was
a
always
bunch of
empty.
like comic and collectible places did go away permanently. I
Halloween
do-
Adventure is the name of the place.
Okay.
Halloween
Well,
Adventure. That
hopefully
place
it's still
was
around.
tight.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I would hope that's still around.
Yeah.
Is there open?
Oh, it
No,
does
that's
say they're
good.
open. Yeah, I didn't get a confirmation on that, but I
I
know
would be really sad if that went under.
a lot of the business. I do know a lot of the businesses we went to in our time in New York. I did hear about them closing. So
Damn.
Yeah, we got
New Dork!
Oh shit.
damn.
Get back to your old home, Mr. X-Prez.
We're from San Diego.
Go back
Bitch.
to New York City.
I'm sure that sounds great.
DC wasn't that far from New York.
I just finished my coffee and I'm feeling a little.
I don't
You're
think I
doing
don't know
like a
if people
Kate.
can hear you.
You're doing like a Kate McKinnon voice. Yeah, you have no mic.
You're doing a McKinnon bit.
You're doing
There's no
McKinnon
mic.
eyes.
Yeah, he must scream.
Oh
We
shit!
watched SNL last night. It was pretty funny.
Dude, yeah.
They did a
did you
Mario
I feel
Carrie
like, I feel like
go-
every week has become mock SNL, but
I don't want to talk about that show anymore.
Okay.
although I will say I was surprised. I got a lot of feedback after that last time we dumped on it.
We cracked the
Yeah.
code, yeah.
I got a lot of feedback from that episode that was like, yo, I like SNL and Mega64. Like, because we were saying, I think somebody said something about that.
How
like,
could you
Like, if
watch
you're watching
both?
this, you probably
Oh.
don't like Mega64. Somebody said that. I'm going to blame Sean, who's not here. But I got a lot of feedback that was like, no, I like both.
Hey,
I watch both.
There's different styles of
So,
comedy.
Not hating on you.
Well,
but
last night they did a Super Mario skit, so now they've officially come into our turf.
Did they really?
Video game related comedy.
I wanna see that.
Now we can really throw down the gauntlet. Who does it better, SNL or Mega64?
they do have to be our enemies now. There's no way around that.
Sorry, Rooster Teeth, you've been replaced.
Yeah.
Snell is the new Mega64
Yep.
anti-hero.
Snell.
We're so much better than SNL. You know what? I will say, not to slam SNL. They're great. I love them. God,
Yeah, love those
They're
guys.
they're
God bless
they're
them.
wonderful. But their opening, cold open yesterday about the election was nothing compared to the fire I was tweeting all week.
I gotta agree.
My Twitter is better than the cold open.
Better
So
than Dave Chappelle.
follow. No, not the opening monologue. The
Oh,
opening
okay.
skit
The skit. Okay.
where they made fun of Biden and his acceptance speech.
How you gonna make fun of that guy?
It's really hard. It's too good.
Speaking of Twitter,
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
again, I don't want to get too political here. I'm just really just trying not to. But so I'm not gonna give a side here. I'm gonna remain balanced and neutral because I think that's important to our journalistic integrity.
Yeah.
But
What
for
is
the
it?
past month, I told just about everyone I know, friends, family, that I had my Twitter drafts had about 80 to 85 different gifs of movie villains dying that I had ready in case of a certain political outcome.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to get into which.
You used the term locked and loaded.
Yeah.
You had the gifts.
I don't.
locked and loaded.
Yeah. I don't want to give any bias with my tweet of the Darth Vader throwing the Emperor down a
Yeah.
shaft.
So
What
you,
would that
you
mean?
tweeted them out though, right?
So I told everybody, like, dude, I got those ready just in case. I want to just describe the situation that happened Saturday around 8 a.m. I was still in bed, and I was woken up like it was Christmas. My brother was like contacting me through any means necessary, going, post them, do it, release it. And I was like, what are you talking about? They called it. And I was like,
rip.
what? And then it all clicked. Oh, they called the election? And I load up Twitter and they had, and it was like, tweet. I'm like, I'm about to lose so many followers. Tweet. And so that's why there was a wall of about 80 gifs of.
You lost followers, not because it was political, just spamming gifts.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really blame
rude.
anybody, but
So rude.
I think I got them all. I got Cell dying, Majin Buu
Nice.
dying, the Emperor dying, Agent Smith
All the
exploding.
DBZ villains.
I got all of them, but I want
Nice.
to put a call out there. If anybody, any GIF makers out there have any, I will tweet these if you can get them to me. I couldn't get, there weren't very good ones of the Tower of Sauron falling. I really wanted to get it falling with the shockwave after. Couldn't find that. And I couldn't find one GIF of, I got Palpatine dying in the original trilogy, but I couldn't get a Rise of Skywalker version.
Oh, no.
Where he's like, he's
Spoilers.
doing the Cell Saga like
They really don't have a gif of that?
kind of thing. I couldn't
Spoilers.
get that.
Dang.
Talk to Leroy. We
That
got an inside
is
man.
a nerd alert. I can't believe those gifs don't exist.
I couldn't find
Nerd
that.
alert. Fix that.
Lots of them of race side of it with the sabers, but I couldn't get.
Nerd alert. Fix the gif shortage, please.
Yeah.
Were-
So can
Did you
someone-
guys?
Did you guys do any Voldemort dying?
No, God, I'm
Come
not a
on.
dork.
We could do a whole podcast on all the gifs Rocco posted. We can do a whole show on that. But I want to know if you guys saw the video of in Philly protesters protesting the count, dancing around to Rage Against the Machine, wearing the
Dude.
American flag or the blue line American flag.
Yeah.
Blue Lives Matters. Did you see that video?
I did, and I
Yeah.
thought that had to be edited in audio. I
No.
was like,
Nope.
there's no way that audio
That was
really
for real. That was for real. And
Oh,
talk
auntie.
about missing the fucking points. The video cut off before they start singing the best lyrics.
Oh, yeah?
But I felt honestly, it reminded me of Mega64.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
what we would be doing at a convention
Yes.
just to fuck with people. And I felt like it was art. Honestly, it was art. And I reposted on Facebook and I said, art is born from pain. And it was a joke, but it was true because these people are so hurt over what is happening.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. And they are expressing themselves through song and dance. And it is fucking pure. And I feel like you can't not watch it and feel that energy coming off of it, regardless of whether they are missing the irony of their performance or not.
Oh yeah, my favorite response to it was Tom Morello. Not exactly what we had in mind.
Yeah.
That was cracking me up.
It's so
great.
funny
Tiny
because
again.
she's wearing like the Blue Lives Matters flag as a cape, and she's like, those that die are justified, but we're in the bad. It kind of mumbles off, and I'm like, yeah, what's the next line? Keep going.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
But it's so great that you mentioned that because I got so many responses from people that were like, I scrolled fast past this and I thought it was a Mega64 booth video. I really did get a few of those. So that meant a lot to me because I had the same thought as when I saw it. So that was incredible. Speaking of videos, though, I think we have a decision to make. This is decision 2020.
Decision. Oh.
We got the little decision out of the way. We got to get the big decision done now.
Okay.
Tell me what you guys think, and then we'll ask the audience too. For years we've had the girl yelling, "No!" Brian, I don't know if you want to showcase that. Okay,
Wait.
Full
perfect.
vid there.
Do we have the longer version of that?
I think that's it.
Because let me just say,
Yeah.
Does that come from a longer
hold
clip?
on. Wow. I feel something different now watching that clip.
Yeah.
That clip now.
That's from 2016, right?
I feel like I used to I can't quite explain. I hope people at home know what I'm feeling, but that clip, I used to really identify with it in some way. It represented a little voice inside of me. And now it's like that piece of me is no longer there. I watched that clip, but it doesn't affect me the same way. And it's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Well, so my question is, we've been playing that. That was a remnant.
Anyways, I just wanted to enjoy the full clip and bask in that feeling. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Continue. Go ahead.
That's okay. So that was a remnant of 2016.
Yeah.
It is 2020. It's a new age. I think we need to decide what the 2020 version of that clip is. Now, I have two options here that I feel are the best candidates.
Oh, okay.
There's always, two in an election. It's a two-party system. Yeah. There is the guy, and we don't need to show these. Maybe we'll put him in Tuesday, Johnny.
Yeah, sure.
But we've got the clip of the guy in the beers and barbecue whatever shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what all it says. There's a third thing too: beers, barbecue, and Biden, or what? I don't know.
it
No, it
freedom?
doesn't say that. It definitely doesn't say that. But he interrupts the press conference with, "They stole the votes! Oh my God! Biden stole the votes from us! Give us our freedom back!"
The media's covering up. The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media's covering up.
Like, it's pretty insane. But so there's that. And then today, I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a famous pastor.
I didn't see this.
I can't remember. It's the same guy who I think he put out a prayer.
Oh, yeah.
He prayed COVID away.
Ooh, and he blew it away.
When he went
I
like that.
blow you.
He was doing that. Famous pastor guy.
Yeah.
Well, today there's a and again, we'll put it in Tuesday of he says, "Oh, the media says Joe Biden is president." I mean, that goes on another 30 seconds. I mean, it is like, is he okay? Like, I'm not even like, I honestly am concerned for him by the end of the clip. I'm like, can he stop? I don't know if
Lord
he can
works in
stop.
mysterious ways.
And it is like the Joker is channeling him. So maybe it's time to, I'm not expecting a decision tonight, but maybe watch both clips, see for yourself, cast your vote. What, should we add one of those to the soundboard? It's hard to say.
Even those supporters dancing to the Rage Against the Machine song is good. It's just they would get flagged.
Yeah.
That's a good clip.
Unfortunately,
That's
yeah.
a good.
Nothing will ever replace that woman screaming no. That was such
No,
a
I know. It's-
primal scream, man.
I know.
That channels some deep-seated emotional stuff right
That's
there.
true.
I like that clip.
That's a very good point.
I saw something insane at the store the other day.
Which
right
store?
after all the news, I went to the store, and immediately, the people who own the store, no masks. So
Cool.
you got a vibe there. And there was a guy in front of me. Here, I'll try to do an impression of him.
Okay.
American flag mask. I think it said MAGA on it.
Okay.
Nose out.
Oh, nice.
Classic.
The guy at the counter was like, "How you doing?"
Just he was just
and then the guy
shaking
behind
his
her was
head.
like, "Don't worry, we'll be back. We'll get it back."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They're
Take
so
care, guys.
they're so sad.
Wow.
Got in a huge truck.
Maybe there was a telepathic communication there or something.
Was it a liquor
Up,
store?
You know, tough.
Why am I
suck it
so
up.
tiny?
Sometimes you own the libs. Sometimes the libs own you. That's just the way it goes. you
Yeah.
know? That's the way of the world.
Yeah.
It's a
You'll be
ebb
back.
and flow.
You'll be back. You'll get some evil fucking dude, some old as fuck, crusty, rich fucking dude in no time to run for president. He'll win. You'll be fucking stoked. We'll go to war again. We'll go bomb all of fucking Africa.
you know we're
take
going to
all
war
the fucking
again.
gold out of there. Whatever the fuck we want. We'll take it all. We'll nuke them. We'll drop a nuke on them. You'll be fucking stoked again. And then when it's all nuked, we'll go fucking put churches there. We'll make it all like Christian as fuck.
Yeah, we'll
And then
bring
all
that
the like
pastor guy.
irradiated nuclear fucking zombies walking around. We'll turn them into fucking Christians. Praise Jesus. It'll be fucking awesome. Just give us 4 years of Biden to do some crazy liberal shit.
Yeah.
That's
Get
gonna
Camilla
piss,
in
it's
there.
gonna piss you and all your
Give
friends
us-
off.
Give us
It's-
Californians that.
Let us do some weird California freaky shit.
Let Camilla
some
do
freaky
voodoo.
sexual shit.
in and out on every corner. you
Yeah,
know,
we're gonna
kinda
teach
stuff.
porn in all the schools,
It's gonna be
and
wild.
we're gonna teach old people how to smoke weed or some freaky shit. Whatever. 4 years of freaky shit, and then it'll get you so riled up. You'll get your nuclear president. You'll get it, and things will be back to normal. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that guy in the liquor
Just
store will be happy.
wait it out.
And I agree with making the zombies Christian because I've been saying it a long time. I want to see the praying dead.
Johnny,
No more of this walking
hold
stuff. I
on.
want to see the
What the
praying
fuck
dead.
happened?
I don't know.
Stepped on my joke.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I would have comment. I didn't see that he had been made small, and I wouldn't have even launched into that.
What's
had
this
I
all
seen it.
about?
Take your
Brian?
joke again. All right, nuclear.
I don't. I want to see the praying dead. That's all it was. No more of this walking stuff. That's it. Wasn't the best joke, but
I like it.
I went with it. Just like the election, I cast my vote, and what happens next is up to the public. But Johnny is small, and I didn't notice it, and I should have got it out of the way.
Yeah.
And that was my
So
I'm still
it's
small
my
too.
fault.
if you're upset with the election, wait it out. That's what'll happen.
Yeah.
That's what'll happen. That's
Yeah,
all
it's
he
not
just
over.
said.
I heard it's not over.
It ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, they're sending lawyers and stuff. Saw a little kid in a cowboy hat. He's like a lawyer.
Yeah,
apparently.
the yodeler at the Walmart.
yeah,
Yeah, he's involved.
he's coming. He's
It's not over till he sings.
He's coming to the porn shop parking lot. He's
Yeah.
gonna figure out what's going.
Pantyhose Porn Shop. That's his new song.
We'll find out what's doing.
That's his new single, Pantyhose Porn
I
Shop.
love that.
Well, what would Sean say right now if he was here?
Oh,
Can we not talk about
do you want me to go get Sean? Hold on.
Oh
yeah, go get Sean.
Go get Sean.
Sean.
All right, let's get him. We're gonna get his commentary on this.
man.
We need some feedback.
I'm excited.
I just feel wrong not getting his feedback
Yeah,
on it.
I mean, he usually has a good point on this to kind
he
of.
says it's gonna take him a minute.
He
Well, it's gonna take
stands.
him a little bit.
He stands up against some of our views, having a different viewpoint's
I
good
think he
on
might be
this
doing
show.
another birthday right now. Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Sean. Oh,
Sean,
Oh shit, Sean's here.
oh, that's kind of could Hey, thanks for showing up, Sean.
Thanks,
I
dude.
felt bad doing this without you.
Yeah.
Good to
I
see you.
just want to say that I am so fucking happy.
oh yeah.
For once, the fucking nightmare is over and I can fucking sleep. For once, I can sleep. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've just wanted, all I wanted was just for Trump to be gone. And now he's gone. He's fucking gone. That's all.
And now I can sleep. All I wanted is just to sleep.
Wait. That
Thanks,
was-
Sean.
Wait, that was supposed to be Sean? But he didn't. Hold on. He was. I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh. Oh,
Good night.
Okay. Okay, just now the context is there, and now we can. I honestly thought that was great. That was.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Not
knew-
an insult to Sean. I just spent a lot of time with Sean. I know exactly what he's thinking.
Hey, you spoke- hey, you
we're
spoke
like
for him and
psychically
it's good.
linked. Okay.
he would appreciate the impression.
That was me channel. That wasn't an impression. That was a channeling
it's flattering.
of his spirit.
Yeah.
He actually spoke through me.
He's at home just like, oh.
Yeah, Sean right now, he's like doing crayons with his kids.
He's
Like,
like the
I just-
fucking nightmare.
he's doing the Shining type stuff.
Call me now.
Hey, so just to take it back, this is another thing we talked about before the show, and I'm going to launch this campaign here
Okay.
and now. I don't have time to reserve the parking lot. I'm going to do it right here.
You're running with Kanye?
I get flack every day for the things I say, and I'm not talking my opinions. I'm talking literally my colloquialisms or whatever. What's the word? The things I say all the time. Rocco, you say you know what I mean a lot. Is that what it is? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Rocco, you say real quick a lot. You say those things a lot. I get ribbed on every day about those things.
Interesting. Okay.
But there is one person here that says something way more than any of those things, and he doesn't hear a word about it. And I'm starting that today. The tide turns. Sean has called at some point everything that has ever existed in the universe a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Those words, fucking nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fucking nightmare. Where is the messaging on that? I'm still hearing about, you know what I mean? I'm still hearing about it. He doesn't hear about fucking nightmare. I think we need another thing to bother Sean.
We're not
So,
getting emails, Kevin?
I don't want you to
We don't get emails about Kevin?
let him get away with that anymore.
Yeah. And I'm mad about this too.
Yeah.
This is important.
Yeah.
I'm
telling
pissed
you.
off.
I'm telling you.
Why? How did Sean get away with this and Rocco is punished?
Yeah. Why
By
do
the
I
world.
get all the feedback and Sean hears nothing? Sean just hears, oh, I hope you're not stressed. I hope you're okay.
Sorry about your teeth.
I hope you
Sean's the
fixed your
golden
teeth.
boy.
Can we pay for it?
He can do anything he
GoFundMe.
wants.
Sean,
Yeah.
oh, Derek, by the way, true story.
Yeah.
There was a point in last week's podcast where I said I had to go get something or something.
God, yeah.
Or pull something up. I don't remember what I was doing, but I said entertain them while I do it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. No,
Derek, do you know
didn't.
what he did?
No, you fucking didn't. Hold on. What the
Do you know
why
what?
would you do?
When I said the term entertain them, referring to the people watching,
The people at home,
what did he default to?
talking about nature or sports.
Talked about fixing his teeth.
Dental problem.
Oh,
his
health
dental
issues.
insurance problems.
Nature or sports.
That
would
was
have
his
been more
default,
entertaining.
Was I think I got my dental insurance figured out, so hey, I'm getting my teeth fixed. Oh, that was his default.
This guy should have a talk show.
Tooth update.
This guy should be on After Conan.
That was
Sean
his
has
default.
tooth
But I-
problems. They hurt. His teeth hurt. I'm trying to convince him to go to Mexico. If you live in San Diego, you know
Yeah.
Mexico has cheap dentists and they do the work just as good. They speak English.
They're
It's a
very
whole
good,
industry
very
down
good.
there. And he won't say no to me. He won't say no, but he won't say yes. And it's starting to annoy me
I think
because every day it's like,
Because he yeses you to
oh,
death.
my fucking teeth. I called the doctor and they said I have to get a gold bar from Fort Knox. Like, I literally have to provide American gold to get this process. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm like, so you want to go to Mexico and go to the doctors there? At this point, maybe.
yeah.
But I'm going to try to get this gold bar and I'll let you know. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
He's still on this quest. Like he's trying to get a shard of the Zeo crystal or something. But he I think he wants to do that, but I think he's scared about the current situation just with like COVID and all that stuff. I think that's his concern.
Maybe you're right, and that's totally valid.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Leaving the country
he
and
won't
stuff.
say yes and he won't say no. It's
Yeah.
always like, I think I might have to do
Because
that.
I think he just doesn't want to close the book on it, but he knows like it might not be a good time.
Sure.
But,
to do international travel, I guess.
I
But
mean,
I don't know.
I know there's Americans who are crossing the border every day.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah, are there? I guess. I
There
mean,
are.
I don't.
There's
I don't-
Americans that
back
live in
open.
Mexico and work in America, and vice versa, and the borders are open.
That's true.
So and he can get this work done for a fraction of the cost, and
Yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
would be done already.
That's true.
So it's win-win-win.
And it's not like he doesn't know people personally that have had things done.
Not only that, I have arranged an American escort
Oh, that's
who
the
lives in
biggest
Mexico,
help.
who speaks both languages.
Jesus.
To personally escort him down. I've
didn't know
done,
that.
And ladies and gentlemen, I have done so much work to help Sean on this quest, and I've laid it all before him, and now I wait for him to come to me. So,
But you know what?
yeah.
I made a joke about him taking up time doing that last week. Look what happened. Joke's on us. He got us to talk about his teeth a second week. Here we are again.
But
hope
the
she
only
had a good
difference
day
is this one's
Wednesday.
entertaining.
That's true. That's a good point.
That's
Oh, jeez.
the caveat. What, Johnny? You got a problem with that?
No. I was thinking I looked like that chick a little bit. We had the same
No.
beanie.
You guys don't look
You're a
alike.
little happier.
I disagree. Hard disagree. Do you think you look like that chick?
No.
Can we play that clip again?
Cut.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, see?
A little bit.
Same beanie.
Yep. You guys shop at the same store.
I want to follow up with that lady.
I bet she was super happy.
She's probably like, yes!
Yeah.
Saturday she was exactly, Johnny. She was
Yeah.
going, yes.
Seriously, she should have, wherever she is, she should have done a video. Like, I hope she did, like an Instagram story. Just going, yes! That would have
Yeah.
been great.
Lean into the
man.
meme.
Maybe she doesn't want to be on camera again after that. I could.
You got to lean into it. You can't avoid it.
Hey, let me pause for a second, and I want to plug some very good people. I want to plug some excellent people, very good, all the best people.
Oh, right. Okay.
I want to say thank you to our sponsors. And that's right. Once again, Derek, you weren't here, but it was such a heartwarming situation last week when we debuted such a wonderful sponsor, a great sponsor, Tenga.
Yeah.
Tenga, who makes some of the best adult products ever conceived. They're classy. They're high tech.
Let me handle the plug.
Yeah.
Let me handle the plug. Keep it on the wide shot. Go to the wide shot. Ladies and gentlemen, buy yourself a Tenga, and then
Please.
you could do this to your Tenga and not the chair.
Oh. You could. Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
To our audio listeners, Derek has currently mounted a vintage antique chair.
Wow. Oh, dude.
Oh, that's gotta be
That probably
good.
sounds
Proceeding
awesome.
to mount it again. Mount it again.
That was for our audio listeners.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, they know what's up now.
Oh,
He's lifting the chair. Is the noise
He's using the Tenga
for
Twister.
audio at home?
that's
He's lifting the chair. It's quite heavy.
That's what happens with the twister. You're right, Johnny.
It's quite heavy.
I think he's almost done.
I'm done. But
Great.
But then I look and I go, oh no, I was sitting there.
Which is why
I wish I had a Tenga egg.
exactly you want Tenga technology to guide your journey. And what better example than that? So if you want some of the best adult items, and I'm not talking the stuff from that parking lot we talked about earlier. Nah,
No.
please. These guys know what they're
Classy
doing.
stuff.
Tenga. Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Is he okay? What's up?
It's just a really good plug.
Thank you.
Classy plug.
We have a special link. We have a
Use
special
this
link.
link.
Yeah.
Use the link.
Get the Iroha for
I'll have
her.
to send it to you, Brian, to put in the chat or something like that. But we have a special link. It's in the info for our YouTube video last week, but on Tuesday, it's click the link in the info below and use the offer code Mega64. You'll save 15% off of Tenga's amazing products. and you're gonna love it. Trust me, you're gonna love it. They got something for everybody. Check out Tenga. I also want to. And that link, I think that link closes November 11th. So if you want to do anything
Really?
with that, yeah, we're
stock up.
kind of trying stuff out.
Oh my God. Then
So
wait.
there's a deadline on the
All right,
discount.
then this is a fucking call to arms. This is
Yeah.
serious business. I didn't know it closed November 11th.
That's close.
Yeah.
We need to hit this link fucking hard because I want this Tenga thing to be,
Yeah.
a permanent arrangement.
Yeah,
Okay. I want this to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I agree.
Yeah.
And Tenga's not going to re-up with us if we don't get that thing popping. Okay.
Yeah,
definitely.
Please.
Also, I want everyone to check out shop.mega64.com.
Oh, yeah.
If there's another website you should be ordering stuff from, that'd be it. Because let me tell you, we have stocked so many great things in there.
What do you got there?
Tonight actually is the last night to pre-order our jacket, our flight jacket, and the Dia de los Mega64 shirt. That's in there. But we have something special tonight. Every podcast, we like to do a 64-hour special. That's a shirt that is only around for 64 hours. We made some jokes on last week's show. We talked about how from now on, when we upload something, and I'm going to do it here too, no negative comments, please. We're going to say that on every upload now. Because really, you can't justify doing it if we say that. It kind of makes you look like an asshole,
Yeah, we gave you the rules.
We thought that would make we thought that was something worth saying, and something worth saying should be on a shirt. So we have the no negative comments shirt that's available right now.
That's rad.
For 64 hours. Our friend Meg made that. She did a really good job. She always does a great job designing all this stuff for us, and yeah, she heard our words and gave us that awesome design this week. So I think you should pick it up if you don't want to hear negative comments, which who does?
Meg, if you're watching, good job. But
Oh no.
Derek.
I wish you would have
Yeah.
sent that design to me before we posted it because I would have spent 5 minutes and perfected it.
Oh. You weren't supposed to do it.
That's
That's a special message for Meg.
special message for Meg. Yeah.
She knows what I'm talking about. Love you, Meg.
Weren't supposed to do it.
Love you,
That's a screen
Meg.
cap.
Weren't supposed to do it.
I do like that.
I just
It
want to
wasn't
say,
a negative comment. I mean, it
yeah,
was,
your no negative comments thing last podcast really worked. I just want to say that there were zero negative
You didn't
comments.
get any, Johnny?
We didn't get any.
There were
since then.
zero.
For context, some guy was tweeting out he redesigned images Meg had designed and
Oh.
said,
Yeah.
I spent 5 minutes and made this better.
Oh, I didn't know. what you
And
were
then was
talking
acting like he had perfected it. So
Is that a level of
that was the
mansplaining?
joke I was referencing. I'm not just an asshole to Meg.
Designing.
Let
Yeah,
y'all
what is
in
that
on the
called?
gag there. You can't perfect Meg's designs. They're already perfected. Even if you spend 5 whole minutes working on them. So we love you, Meg.
I think Meg, I hope that we've taught her enough that anytime somebody responds with, you should have done this, you respond with, nah. That cuts like a katana.
Oh,
through anything.
she handles it
That's
well.
Rocco style, but
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
must find
Nah is the blade of choice.
everyone must find their own way to respond to negative comments.
The longer, I might even say, if you have a short thing to say, like, hey, did you ever think about filming it this way? I might even like have a response to that. Like, yeah, we did, but we didn't want to, but whatever, But the longer the reply, nah, becomes more of a, like,
Yeah.
here's 10 paragraphs on what you're doing wrong. Nah.
Nah, one word is a super weapon there.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
What else is there to say after that?
Meg's just not nice. So that's kind of how she deals with it.
Mhm.
But that was a Rooster Teeth fan that commented that anyway. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
it had to be.
No, that's not even worth reading.
Right.
Anyway, I wanted to bring up something that we talked about on a couple podcasts ago. We asked for people to look into something, and we kind of set people on a quest.
Sure.
And I got some responses. I'm not happy because I thought we were going to be the winners in this situation, and we were going to look like
What's his
listen.
we?
Derek brought up, I didn't even go into this. This was my own little thing. And Derek brought it up. This was his thing he brought up. He said, he discovered that because I said in confidentiality, somebody, I don't know why we were talking about it in the first place, shirts that or stuff we wear on the podcast. And I had told Derek in private, I was like, yeah, I try to wear a different shirt every podcast. I don't try to repeat the same shirt. And I guess no one knew that. I mean, I never really brought it up to anybody. I just did it, you know. But anyway, so Derek brought it up on the podcast. Rocco has never worn the same shirt on a podcast in this studio in the past couple years that we've been here.
Yeah.
And so we set everybody, I think it was, again, Derek that set everybody on a quest to find if there was a show that I wore a repeat shirt.
Which there was one, apparently.
Someone reached out.
We didn't know.
Yeah, I've got them here. I think a couple people found this, but the first person to send it to me was Tyson O. You son of a bitch.
You got him.
Because this is the most bullshit technicality, and I'm going to explain it. He found out that on podcast 517, wait, hold on. Wait, no. I got the wrong email. I apologize.
Oh, sorry, Tyson. Oh, we retract our statement about
Yeah,
Tyson.
You're a
all the
good
negative
guy,
things we said
Tyson.
about you.
Oh, no.
I like Tyson.
I'm going to be negative against
Tyson's
Tyson
cool.
again.
Oh.
Tyson tried to snooker me here.
Oh, wait. Fuck you, Tyson.
He found more than one. He found multiple podcasts where I wore my Little Caesars hoodie. That's not a shirt, bro. It was cold and I wore a Little Caesars hoodie.
Oh, Tyson.
You tried to bogart me and I
Honorable-
bogart you back.
Tyson, that's called fashion.
It's outerwear. Honorable mention, though, Tyson.
Okay, well, you know what? Then I don't know. I saw a couple tweets about this, so I don't know who's the winner. I saw a few at the same time.
Okay.
So fine. No one gets a prize. But where I was called out on, and they're technically right.
No, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give it to Tyson O.
Yeah.
All right, Tyson
Tyson,
Tyson
what?
O.
That's out.
He's the
Son of
name
a
we
bitch.
pulled up.
We're going to send Tyson O a prize. I'm going to contact him, but I want him to be I don't want him to be happy when he gets his prize.
He's not.
No.
He's gonna be real sad.
Wait, but Rocco, first of all,
Yeah.
explain the technicality. You haven't done that yet.
So what it was I did wear the same Altered Beast shirt 2 podcasts in a row.
Okay.
Because, and here's why, because I thought no one would find this. I didn't think there was a podcast that I repeated. But it was Cyber Monday, I think last year or the year before, I can't remember, that I wore the Altered Beast shirt again because we were going to wear costumes. So I was like, well, why waste a shirt on this podcast? You know what I mean? I don't want any repeats, but why waste a shirt on this podcast if it's going to be covered up in a costume? So for Cyber Monday, I put on a costume, but I guess in the costume, you could see that I was wearing that Altered Beast shirt.
Underneath.
Bullshit technicality. Okay. I repeated it because normal human being would not see that.
I'm with
Anyway,
you.
but no one else emailed it to me. I saw tweets about it. No one else emailed me. Tyson was the only one that came with receipts. Unfortunately, they were the wrong receipts. But I'm still going to give.
We're going to honor it.
We're going to honor it. The Little Caesars hoodie, you don't even. Tyson.
Come
So
on.
we're going to send you a shirt. Let me correct that. We're going to send you 2 of the same shirt
Yeah.
so that you know
Oh, yeah.
what you did.
No.
Oh,
That way, Tyson will never find himself in the same situation as you.
Yeah.
Because people say, you wore the same shirt 2 times in a row. You'd be like, it's 2 different shirts of the same design.
That's
Dumbass.
true.
Idiot.
That's true.
I want a prize
Yeah.
specifically about this topic.
Yeah. We're going to
So-
make sure this never happens to anyone ever again.
Yeah.
well, what shirt are you wearing right now, Rocco?
I didn't mean to make it political again, but my man
Gotcha.
Rick is out there, you know,
Is that
and
a
we got to
Kalashnikov?
keep him safe. Just because the political thing goes one way or another doesn't mean we can't look out for our favorite Ghostbusters 2 stars.
Is that a Magnum 45?
No, I don't. Yeah, no,
AK-47.
it's a
Yeah.
rifle, standard rifle, standard
Kalashnikov.
Standard rifle. So that's like a Glock 9 millimeter.
standard pistol.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I really didn't think anyone would find one. I thought I was good.
We got
and
some.
I got caught.
We got some dedicated fans out there. We got a whole fan base out there. Wow. You really like us.
Yeah.
You really love us.
And I know when I talked about Sean's dental thing and I gave him a hard time earlier, I know he was just relaying that because people actually legitimately were invested in, they had heard about Sean's trouble. Not that, I'm bringing it up again, God. But I know that's why
he's a
did it.
whiner.
But I give him a hard time.
And then the way they sympathized, they wanted to, I mean, they offered to help him.
Yeah, they did. Which was really cool. He
Very
couldn't
nice.
accept that and shouldn't. But thank you, everybody. And I wanted to say, too, I kind of brought it up earlier, but man, I didn't expect it to hit so hard about game days. It probably would have been this weekend. And I saw so many people reposting pictures and sharing memories from past events. And
it was cool.
That got me. I was like, oh, man, we'd be there right now. Right about now. Let's see. What time is it right now? I think we would be wrapping up the dinner. I think right now. Oh, that breaks my heart. Yeah. I don't know. I thought about that a lot this weekend and I missed everybody. So hopefully everyone watching this, if we're able to do game days in the future, I hope you can go and we'll see you guys there. But man, that was a bummer. But it was fun sharing all kinds of stuff from the past. And I was stoked because, our friend Eric, I don't know how to say his last name. I'm sorry. Award-winning editor edited the Young Thug music video a couple years ago and won a VMA for it. Eric Delomini. How do you say
Deglomini.
it? Deglomini? I've never said it out loud.
This is quite an introduction.
Yeah. Anyway, he's been in a couple of our videos before. I think he was in Kudarogi's Way.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But anyway, my biggest regret from last year's game days, I never got a picture with Neil Hamburger. It was killing me. I was like, that's what I wanted. It was such a blur of a day. I never got it. Well, Eric had one, and he posted it on Twitter today. Like, hey, check out you next to Neil. I was like, there was a photo of this? It was amazing.
Love that photo.
I posted it immediately to my Instagram. Like, I was so happy. 1 year later, almost exactly, I got that photo.
That was such a great moment. You like gave me a camera, and you're like, he's gonna come down. Like, he's just going to come down and walk in. You just have to follow him.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous, and then just saw him walking down with all the drinks, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
He talked to you for like 5 minutes in character, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He came down, and he wanted to know kind of like the lay of the scene there.
So he was getting...
What's that?
He was getting information about the gig, but he was in character during that time.
Yeah, when he came, he came down, he was just like, "All right, just anywhere up here." I was like, "Yeah, this is real." Wow, it was blowing my mind. That was so much fun.
We planned game days pretty early. Almost immediately after the old game days stops, we get the ball rolling on the next one.
Yeah.
It's usually me contacting the hotels. And I told them back in March, that's when we usually get it going. Like, hey, this pandemic thing is crazy. So we're going to hold off on it. Maybe we'll pick this up later. All year, they kept checking in.
Yeah.
So
what's going on?
It turns out, crazy. Nobody's booked that room you wanted.
Yeah, they really did say that.
We still got it for you.
Yeah.
You want to do it? I don't know if that's going to work out. So no. And then a few months later, hey, we got a real good deal on that weekend. Come on down. And I think it literally came down to, it broke my heart, but I had to send them a message like, if you can figure out a way to get 700 people in one room, we'll do it. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, probably not this year. Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, waiting to hear that plan. Oh,
yeah.
No. You know what's weird, Derek? As I got a couple of those emails. I think we were both getting emailed by them, kind of sporadically throughout the year. One thing that I kept, I don't know if you got any of these, but I definitely did. Is from the time that like late March, when like lockdowns were really happening and all that stuff. From that point on, I kept getting emails about food from them. Like Marriott's were closed.
Yeah.
all these hotels were closed. And they kept emailing me like, well, we still can prepare a lot of food. So, if you want some lockdown meals, don't forget us. We can make them. And it's funny because I think that's kind of part of their business. Like we book, to get a little behind the scenes, I guess, is when we book our event, they a lot of times are like, okay, is this catered? Like catering is part of their event business. So we use their space, but then it's like, well, the catering team's going to be there. So what do you want them to make? And it's like,
Well,
I don't think we need
this
food.
is kind of a funny story, but yeah, when you book these events, especially when you're new and when you're young, because we were like 24 or something when we first started doing this, which is relatively young. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, and they know that, and so they prey on you. And so it's like, yeah, you could book a room, we got a good deal, but it's mandatory. Like you have to spend $500 on food and catering. And it's like, it's mandatory, really? Because this is not like that kind of event. We don't need $500. Nope, you have to do it. So people who came to the first game days at the hotel may remember we really awkwardly served like 50 mini tacos.
Like finger foods.
Like 50 mini tacos and lemonade, which served like the first 25 people through the door of like 200. And people were like, oh, is there food here?
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
no,
there was.
No, like a fraction of the people got tacos. What happened? It was really confusing.
We seriously got the minimum order. Because for years, and I think, Derek, rather than, I don't know if it was us. It sounded like it was a company policy for a few years there. From what I understand,
it's a thing. It was basically required, and we got the minimum. And they really thought like, and we had a conversation about it too. Like, is it fucked up that we give tacos to like 20 people and then the other 180 don't get them? And it's like, it's fucked up. They're making us pay $500 for tacos. I'm not paying for more than that. So that's what it was.
It was.
It's so funny though that you mentioned that, because when I we had a thing on our Twitter that was like, post your favorite game days memories. I had like 1 or 2 people respond, dude, my favorite game days memories was being the first in the second year, and suddenly there were shrimp quesadillas by my seat. And
so what happened? Here's the evolution.
Where did that come from?
And this is fucking funny.
Oh, yeah.
The first year they force us to buy shitty food.
Yeah.
So we do, and we give it to like 20 people.
Yeah.
The second year we go in knowing, hey, there's gonna be this mandatory food thing.
Yeah.
Let's get fucking good stuff.
Yeah, let's get the nice
got, like,
stuff.
Shrimp quesadillas, and we got like, fucking Gold Cut Trio, like all this fancy shit. And then again, like 10 people got it. In fact, I think, Rocco, your dad came in that year and ate like a bunch of it before anybody else got to it. Was like, hey, this is pretty good.
That was my next thing I was going to say was, that was the benchmark in which my parents judge game days since. Every year they go now, because they love to be there every year. And every year they go and they're like, yeah, that was fun. Man, I really miss when you guys had those shrimp quesadillas. And you had like bacon wrapped filet mignon that one time. That was great. It was like, you guys are probably the only ones that got that. Like we ordered nice stuff, so they brought like 8 pieces of everything, and that was
because it's enough for like 10 people.
Yeah.
So then the third year, game days is taking off. It's getting bigger and bigger. So we're like, hey, we need a bigger room. So naturally they're like, all right, so how much food you want this year? And it's like, burp, listen, cut the food shit.
We don't need this shit.
Or we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And that's when they started like getting like, we're really ripping these guys off with this food stuff. So we negotiated a deal because they really didn't want to do this. It was like, okay, we won't order food specifically, but the hotel said, we'll have a guy on hand with a bunch of sandwiches in case people want to buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Do that. Yeah. So that year, if people remember, it was fucking awkward because we're going to take a break. We'll be back. And then they walk outside and it's one guy with like 200 sandwiches.
Oh my God.
Like waiting for everybody. And then everybody's like, wow, Mega64 got sandwiches for everyone. It's like, no, we didn't get these. Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah, the guy's like, oh yeah, no, these are for sale. Yeah. Nobody bought anything.
No.
The hotel was like, we're fucked on this food. And they never did any food ever again.
Yeah.
There's the whole story.
And then there was, we had a different venue one year because we were having some difficulty with, we had to switch venues a little bit. And the one year we did at this other venue was when Kickapoo Joy Juice, the soda, in case you're, a newcomer to the show, we used to have a soda sponsor, Kickapoo Joy Juice. And
I like our new sponsor better.
Yeah, a little more fun, but anyway, they said, oh, we're gonna send you guys like 1 million cans of this so that everyone at your event can get one.
Sure.
And we were like, this rules. This is awesome. But that venue had a rule about like, no, like you have food here. Like we serve, like you get food at our designated things. Like we're not allowing you to, like you're serving food is not permitted. Like that is not. And it's like, oh yeah, that's against the rules. Oh, okay. But it was like, I think they already shipped like pallets of this drink to the,
Yeah.
you know, like, what do we do? What do we do? And so we told them all this, and then it came to an agreement. They said, okay, you can give everyone at the event a can of that soda with the express instruction they drink it at home.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Sure.
yeah, sure, okay. So I think
Go
we said
fuck
something about it
yourself,
there.
Hey, there's a part 2 to that story that's
yeah.
real good.
Yeah,
Kickapoo shipped like 300 pounds of soda
yeah, it was a
to
lot.
this hotel.
Yeah.
And the hotel received it. And then they sent us a bill. Hey, that was a fucking insane package to receive.
Yeah.
We're going to have to bill you like $1,700 to handle that. And
Yeah.
we're like, no. we didn't schedule that. We didn't order that. We're not paying that. And the hotel's like, well, you know what? If you don't pay it, we might not give you this soda. And it was like, yeah, keep it. Do whatever you want with it. And then they were like, we can't really do anything with this
don't want
soda.
this soda.
And we're like, yeah, so what are you going to do? And they're like, and then it was that, all right, give them out, but make sure they drink them at home. All
Yeah.
right, thank you.
Yeah, that was it.
So war of attrition.
Yeah,
Masters.
we never paid anything like
Just
that.
wait it out.
Oh,
Drink 'em at
but
home.
it all worked out. It all worked out because we did the event. We gave everyone their sodas.
Yeah.
And when it was over, there was still like a pallet of soda. I mean, it was like they shipped so much. I mean, there was cases and cases of it. And all the staff came in to tear down the event at the end of the day.
yeah.
And we went, yo, you guys like soda? And they were like, this is all free? It's like, yeah.
They were
They
stoked.
all were taking these giant cases of soda out to their cars.
We
and
hooked up all
so
the
everyone,
staff.
it was a win-win. It was a win-win situation. Everyone who worked there got enough soda to last a year.
You know what happened? Everyone got free soda and nobody had to pay for it.
Yeah.
It was
Game
awesome.
days was awesome.
Exactly. When, you know, what are you going to say about a free soda?
Yeah, made the world a better place.
Exactly. Spread the
The soda.
kindness or the soda.
Spread the
Yeah.
sugar.
Joy.
Spread the sugar.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good story and a good game days memory to wrap this episode up on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good episode. I'm sorry Sean's not here.
Yeah, me
but
too.
He's recuperating from the loss of his candidate.
I know.
He probably won't be back until the next election cycle.
Yeah, and I do feel bad that he can't speak for himself, but he was gutted that his man got. Well, let's
Yeah.
not. The election's not over.
Yeah, Sean's
technically.
actually at the polling place right now, double checking the count.
Yeah.
So good luck to him.
So it always hurts when you see someone you care about get hurt so badly by with something they believe in so much. And I feel bad for my friend Sean, and he got robbed this
Yeah,
weekend.
so
And
this is
anyway, whatever.
now
I may
we're-
not agree with him, but I feel bad that
Right.
he was so.
Yeah. he's
And
got
we're going to end
migraines
this
over
now
this.
on a sad note. So good night.